Well, hello everyone. My name is Ray Rodenberg of Unilock, and I would like to thank you for your interest in the new 2013 Uvision 3D Landscape Creator software, which I believe to be the best 3D landscape software available today. I'd like to take the next few minutes to show you the new features built into this year's software. First of all, let me start by saying that those of you who purchased the software in 2012 will already have enjoyed a year full of learning the software and really taking it to its full capacity. For those of you who have just downloaded the trial or received a trial disc at one of our seminars, or have purchased the new 2013 version, you'll be happy to know that this particular version comes with a lot of exciting new features, 15 in total. You'll find that the 2013 version is very, very similar. You'll recognize the familiar toolbars at the top and your menus, and not much has changed in these menus. The icons have been updated for a little more professional look, and but ultimately all the functionality is still in all these icons. One of the things I'm really excited about this year is the expanded product texture library. We've added 80 new textures, bringing the total to 207 textures for pavers, walls, banding, and coping. And yes, you'll also be pleased to note that the accent strips, the borders and banding for both retaining walls and for your patios and pool decks is still an exclusive product to Unilock. So any other software won't allow you to do this. That's what makes Uvision 3D Landscape Creator such a special software package, that you can do exactly, design exactly what it is that you want to build. One very helpful addition to the software this year is the CAD import wizard. It will allow you to import lot plans from AutoCAD, so it's a DWG file or a DXF file or a PDF file. Okay, let me show you how that's done. We go into the Tools menu and you select CAD Drawing Import Wizard. Click on it, and we'll click Next here. And I believe I have a PDF here. I don't have any DWG files, but I've got a PDF of a house plan, so I'll click on that. It'll come up in a little preview window. My PDF has a lot of white space in it, but we can deal with that. That's not a problem. Click Next. You can set your plan to have a file name. Click Next to finish, and you'll find something on screen. Now, I'm in perspective view here. We should be working in plan view. Now, this can easily be scaled just visually and positioned anywhere on the page. The cool thing that I like about this software is the resize using known distance. So for example, we know that this garage here is 22 by 22. We can set that measurement in the software and it'll automatically expand everything proportionally. Click on this button here, resize using known distance. We'll go over to the one side of the garage, draw a line to the other side, right click, and a little window comes up, and just simply place in there 22 feet, press enter, and I'll zoom out a bit. It has now expanded our plan. That is now the proportion of the house. If you notice down here we have layers. We can add layers and put this plot on a layer. But my suggestion is to do this right on your layer 1, and then later on you can always delete this. Once you have it set up, to the right distances and measurements, you can go in and literally draw your house or building from this plan. So for example, I'll just take my quick house building tool and just work my way around the foundation, all the way around, and you can zoom in to get a lot more precision than what I'm doing here. And actually you can take off your snap tool here, place that like so, and bang. Now your house is built according to your lot plan. What you can do then at this, just highlight your lot plan now and make it disappear if it's no longer needed. Another great way to bring in a lot plan is to use the Google Maps import wizard. This is handy if you want to get a overall basic shape of a property. Some properties can have such a complex shape that it becomes difficult to measure them. Click on the Google Maps import wizard, click next, start Google Maps, and enter an address. Click on search, and it will bring you into the house that you want to pick. We'll pick this one right here, and we'll specify a region. We can do that using these little drag buttons. You can outline the perimeter of the property, set it as close as what you think to be the real property line to be. And then there's a few other buttons that allow you to make some minor shape adjustments if required. Once you've got the area selected, click import, and you'll have to set a file name for it. We'll just call it test 2. Click save, next, and finish, and it brings in our Google Map image. Now it should be to scale. However, to go in and double check that, if you know what the width is or a particular measurement, you can apply that using the resize known distance tool. And I'll click on this, and if you go here and measure across, this is 17.5 feet. Maybe in reality it's 20 feet. So right click, and we'll put 20 feet in here. Press enter, and it'll resize it accordingly. Now you're ready just to go in and build your house over the existing model. And this makes for a very rapid design, particularly if you're working with a client and you just want to do a little bit of preliminary work. This is a great way to do it. You can go in and do your house. We can also put in the driveway and get an overall feel of what this particular drawing is going to look like. We'll go back into perspective, take a look. Now we've built our house right on the plan, and we've put in already our driveway. We can go in and put more hardscaping and more softscaping in as well. At a certain point, you'll want to eliminate the lot plan, and you'll have your entire landscape built. Another reason that this CAD import wizard is so useful is that it now imports contour lines. So if you have a grading plan that was done in AutoCAD, you can import the contour lines in so that you can set up your terrain ahead of building a house. And the way to do that is You go on to the Terrain tab here, click on Contour Line, and then you can start building. You can either build your own contour lines if you're not importing anything, or these can be traced over right from the CAD. And once you've got one placed, then you can go and put your second contour line in. Perhaps it resembles the first. And if I zoom in here now, you can see that they're both set at 0 inches. So if we go to the second one and place our and highlight that one, and we change our elevation over here on the right to 24 inches, then when we go into perspective, we can now see that there's a rise in the property from the first line at 0 to the second line at 2. Now I can still at this point raise it even more. You can see it kind of grow into the plan. Now I have a 3-foot 8-inch rise. This is particularly useful prior to building a home, so that once you do build the house, you can build it into embankments, and the slope actually follows the property and follows the grade that you've set in your contours. Now I've just opened up a plan that I've already been working on here, and I just wanted to show you the back of the house. We have a set of sliding doors, or French doors, leading out into the backyard. And what we want to do is build a set of steps that go up to the back door. Now, using SketchUp or a lot of other modeling tools, this could be quite a time-consuming exercise. With the step tool, this is a lot easier to do. Simply go over to the Building tab here and click on the Patio Stairs icon to build the steps. Now, as you notice, we're in 3D mode. It's much easier to do this in plan view. So go to the back of the house, and let's say we want to build a set of steps out. We want to go out 6 feet. Want to come across 10 feet, perhaps even have a little larger landing. Go to the corner of the house and we right click at the end. Now you can take a look at it, and we've got this really interesting set of stairs, great for a walkout basement, by the way, but that doesn't look very good. So all we have to do is go to the right hand side here and click on Switch Sides. Now we're still way too large, so the way to change that, so you go into the Options menu under the Edit Patio Stairs, and here you have all of your adjustments for the steps. Notice under elevation it says 3 feet. Well, we're actually only going 12 inches high. You can either enter 12 inches or you can use this slider tool to bring it down to 1 foot. And let's say we're working with 6-inch steps, because we're going to be working with Roman Pisa or Pisa 2, and our tread run is 12 inches because we're using a 12-inch coping. And now when we look at our step, we've got something that's a little bit more familiar. We can choose to move the whole step, or we could have gone in and adjusted our points in order to make the right size for the backyard. Now, if you notice, there's a default material in here. It's actually the Bel Paso paver that's in here. The cool thing about Unilock pavers and walls, you can use them and mix them in. And part of that is because of the banding feature that we have it makes it possible to use any material on a vertical or a horizontal plane. So we'll go on to the materials, and we can change this very easily to, we could go to estate wall as an example, put those units in, and with our tread, we can change the color of the coping. We can go to perhaps a gray would suit this house better. The other cool thing is we can, if we want to, we can change the front of our coping. So let's say we're using a full nose coping. We can change that under the options menu, go to bull nose, and now we have a nice rounded front on our steps. Great way to build steps. Another cool feature of the new 3D software for 2013 is the ability to change the skyline. If you see the skyline here in the distance, it's very stark and empty, and doesn't give a very nice presentation feel because of the starkness of it. If you go into the Settings tab in the upper left-hand corner and pull that down, you can find Environment Settings. It'll pull up a window that'll give you 4 tabs: time of day, skyline, season, and real-time walkthrough settings. So time of day, you can change that to morning or evening or sunset. And if you've got lighting in your landscape design, that'll show up nicely in the evening tab. I'll leave it on morning for now. If we go over to the skyline tab, we can click on this little checkbox, add skyline, click on that, and lo and behold, in the distance we have now some skyline. We can click here and choose different skylines. We can click mountains, fields, meadows. We'll click on the mountain tab just for fun. And the season, we can change winter, summer, spring, and fall. This is particularly useful if you're using the ultra-high res plant material in your design. The plant material will reflect whatever season that you've selected. Then we have the real-time walkthrough tab, which allows you to change the amount of wind, wildlife, the volume, sound of the butterflies and birds, etc. And you can enable or disable fire effects if you have fire in your fireplaces. You can also enable the falling leaves, which works with the ultra res plants only. So this is a really nice feature to make your entire drawing a little bit more interesting. And if I go through the walkthrough tab here, click on that and let that process, we'll get a really nice feeling as to what that environment looks like now with trees in the distance. The more complex your drawing is, the more processing is required to get to the walkthrough. So here we are. Now we'll just go up a bit so you can see the background, but that gives it a lot more warmer and complete feel in the horizon. Another great tool that was added to the software this year is the railing tool. Let's say you have a large staircase like the one we have here. If you go into Plan View and you'd like to put railings in, go to your railing tool here, start at the corner, and wherever you want to end, right click. Let's say we'll put one there, and we'll take another railing and we'll put it from this corner to this corner. Then when we go into our 3D view, we can see now that we have a nice metal railing onto our Rowan Pisa steps. The fire tool is another tool that's very useful when you want to build fire pits or even a fire table on a grill island. Let's build a grill island here very quickly. We'll use our tool for the wall. Make sure we're building it straight. And this will be our wall. We can go to our options and we'll bring our grill island up to 3 feet. And our width of our grill island will also be, we'll make it 3 foot 8 inches wide. So now we're in perspective. We'll see we have our grill island here. It currently has the ledgestone coping as a topper on it. We can also change that by going into caps. We can change the color of that, change the type. We can go and put a concrete top on it as well, whatever your plan calls for. Now once we have a grill island and you want to put in a fire table here at the bar, over to your landscape tab, click on landscape light and open up the menu, and you'll have a whole bunch of regular lighting. If you click on other, it'll give you fire pit flame, fireplace flame, torch flame, and also linear flame. So for a fire table, we'll click on linear flame. Comes up as a red arrow at ground level. So place it in front and change your elevation so that you're got things in place. You can place it in the middle, and then during the actual walkthrough you should be able to see the flames coming out of the table. Now I've opened up this full landscape plan that I've prepared earlier on, and I wanted to show you in the last couple minutes here a couple of cool additional features. One where you can incorporate live walking people into your project, and also like to show you a little bit about the trees. That is making for a very, very realistic looking landscape. So we already have one person walking up the driveway here. If we wanted to add a new person, we would go to Utilities, click on Character, and from our menu you could pick a variety of different people to place into the landscape. This man here is wearing a suit. We can certainly rotate him in any direction. And right now on the right hand side in the menu here you have a drop down where you could have him jogging, sitting on a chair, sitting on the ground, standing, or walking. So let's choose walking, and we can edit his walking points. So let's say he's going to end up at the front door, and so we're going to add a few little curves into his walk, and we can go into plan view and do this a little more precisely, so that he's heading for the exact front door. And then when we go back into perspective and then click on our walkthrough, we will have all the people walking in around the landscape. Now if you've got a swimming pool, you can put a person in swimming. You can put a person in jogging. The people that are sitting in chairs are talking to each other. There you can see the couple walk up the driveway and walk towards the house together. And you can have them walk to the front door. And they'll do this repeatedly as long as this particular video is playing. And finally, one thing about the new plant material is that it is you have a higher definition mode. If I click into the landscape tab here and click on a plant, pull up the menu, you'll notice that there are the photo version, which is very, very accurate, of course, because they're actual photos of the trees, and these are actual planes which will rotate according to the viewer. Then we have the models. The models being advantageous because the leaves are animated in the wind. And then we have, new for this year, the ultra-res plant material. And with this, it'll allow you to have a much more robust plant, much more realistic leaves and flowers. Let's select this purple beech tree, for example, and we'll place it here in the landscape, and we'll zoom in. At first it looks like it would be basic animation, but when you get close you can see the actual beech leaves being a lot more precise. Likewise, when I zoom into this Colorado spruce, you can really see the needles being a lot more precise. Another advantage of the new Ultra Res is that you can change the seasonality. If I click on this maple tree here, you can see that it's set on fall. I can set it also on summer, and the plant is green. So you can actually set the seasonality of all your plants. You can also set the age of your plants, and you can do different projected growth patterns. Very, very useful tool. That brings us to a close of the new features of the 2013 3D Landscape Creator software by Unilock. We know you'll enjoy this software. There are so many tools. We're going to be coming out with more tutorials as the season unfolds. We'll also have some pre-made templates that you can download and work with. And we highly recommend that you get a copy or download or upgrade your current copy to the new version and enjoy all the functionality. Thank you.